Welcome again. This is Brother G coming to you again with another video message, another video teaching, exposing Noah's fable. Yes, today we're going to try to expose Noah's fable. As a youth growing up in the church all my life, I'm pretty much still in the church. Well, I might not be physical in the church, I am spiritual in the church. Yes, I am. And I'm getting in a spiritual fight. Yes, I am. But anyways, I'm exposing Noah's fable. What what is the significance of Noah's, the foundation of the church believing in Noah? What is the significance? As a youth growing up in church all my life, again, we used to even sing this nursery rhyme. The animal went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animal went in two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The animal went in two by two, the elephant and the kangaroo. They all went into the ark, about to get out of the rain. We sing this song even in school, church school. Could be Sabbath school, it could be Sunday school, it could be Monday school. We sang that song. And I've always grown up to believe that this powerful man of God, Noah, went around the earth collecting animals, two by two, seven by seven. And he went all over the earth and he collected animals, kangaroo, elephant, giraffe, lions, tiger, alligator, rats, puss, all kind of animals, and he put them into the ark to escape the flood that God literally promised or foretold Noah that was going to come upon the land. And so Noah built this big, humongous ship. 8 people. 8 people. He built this ship, and instead of collecting people into the ship, Noah went around and collected the animals to save the animals from the flood. Does that even make sense? God cared more about animals than people during Noah's time? What manner of ridiculousness is this? Well, today, January the 2nd, 2025, we will be exposing Noah's fable. That what I just mentioned is a fable. Why am I exposing this fable? It's simple to me, because this is one of the pillars of the church, and this pillar is on sand. If we build our belief on the fable, it is sand. And when situation comes and problem comes and circumstances come in the world caused by men and circumstances and issues and blah blah and laws and codes which are caused by men, then because we are living or we have a belief in fable, our foundation becomes rocky. Instead, if we build our foundation down on that which is solid, which makes sense, which have validity to our life experience as we move forward, then we are literally building our belief on rock. And that is why I'm exposing Noah's fable, because I grew up believing that Noah went all around the earth seeking the animals. And there are some important questions that we need to answer if this is one of the church worldwide held. There is some basic question we have to ask. Some real basic question. One, after the flood, I'm going to post those questions. After the flood and we see Noah, who or what will replenish the earth? Who or what will replenish the earth after the flood came and wipe out all the people and animals and everything. And the follow-up question, or the question that goes, did God literally send water upon the earth and there was a massive flood all over the earth? Did God do that? It's like in the New Testament it says, God sends strong delusion. Does God send strong delusion? Does God, well, I'm asking about your God. Does your God send delusion to you? My God don't send delusion to me. So we have a distinction in belief in God. Your God send delusion. My God doesn't send me delusion. The delusion that is sent is man-made. Anyways, so the two questions we're gonna try to answer is, who will replenish the earth? As some have said, as the fable has said, it said it was only 8 people who is now gonna, Noah, his wife, and his 3 sons and 3 daughters-in-law, they're going to replenish the earth by having multiple sexual intercourse and just multiplying baby, because the whole earth now is flooded and everybody's dead. So now 8 people, Noah, his wife, his 3 sons and his 3 daughter-in-law, they're going to be having a hell of a grand time having sex to replenish the earth, or replenish and multiply, because that's going to be one of the 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 command, as we're going to read. It says the command is to replenish, multiply the earth. So who Noah is going to do that with? Or Noah is going to use the animals and let the animals reproduce and multiply the earth, and the earth will be filled with animals and a few people. Is that the message? And the question again becomes, one of the question becomes, did God literally send water upon the earth? Does God send strong delusion, or men send strong delusion? Well, again, I'm reiterating myself. Your God might send you delusion, but my belief, God doesn't send me delusion. Just like what the psalmist says. The Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want. That's what the psalmist said, and that's what I take. I believe the psalmist in this case, when he says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He restoreth my soul. Watch this. He lead me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. So, for his name's sake is not really a name. If I'm calling upon him and I'm going to give him a name, it's my God. So it's my God. So I'm going to give my God a name, which I understand now many nations do, and many groups, culture, whatever, do. They give their God name. So I'm giving my God name is to lead me into path of righteousness for the name that I call him sake. So when someone look at me, they would say, oh, that's his God. That's what I believe. God don't send me strong delusion. I'm giving away some of the message here. But as you see, based on some of this very simple question that I've asked, it becomes delusion. It becomes an illusion. It becomes a fable. So we have to build our belief on what is solid, so that we can be actually, as the song says, solid as a rock. So as we move on into the future, and our future generation, they understand certain principle and they understand certain belief that when problems come, situation comes, they are able to rise above the problem. Not just crazy, but clearly. Let's get into this, exposing Noah's fable. Genesis 9 verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Now this is Genesis 9. This is after the supposedly fabulous flood that came upon the earth, that showered the earth, that covered the earth in water, that killed all the people. But Noah saved his his family, and all the animals. Why not people? So the question again we have to answer is, who's gonna be multiplying? The animal or Noah and his three sons and three daughter-in-law? They're gonna be having sex like crazy. How many, one of the questions then to ask is, how many people possibly that 8 people can replenish the earth? They're gonna be all type of conjecture, assumption right here, and all kind of confusion. But possibly, how many people can come out of 8 people? How many, please? And then again, why save all the animals and leave all the people outside? God bless Noah. Let's get into this. God bless Noah and his sons. Now the blessing is he's saying, or it's a spiritual command as it is written here that says, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. But the blessing doesn't stop there. So the blessing here is really a spiritual command. It didn't happen yet. It was a spiritual command, or it's a faith belief, as they say. So it didn't happen yet, but the blessing doesn't stop here. The blessing gonna come with some good things for Noah and some bad things for some of the animals. I guess based on what is written, not what I'm saying, based on what is written. And one of the questions that I always ask, how did God said this so plainly to Noah? God said it. It was so plain. Noah knew it. There was no ambiguity. He knew this. And one of the questions that comes in my mind, then when did God told the animals to be fruitful and multiply also? You see, whether we help the animals to be fruitful and multiply, animals basically instinctively become fruitful and multiply. So how did God tell Noah this so clear, so precise, no ambiguity? There's the understanding behind it. Let's keep going. Remember now, this is after the flood, the supposedly fabulous flood that came upon earth and wiped out all the people. Only 8 people is left. According to the text, only 8 people is left, and God saved all the animals, and all the other people are dead. This is ridiculous, but okay, let's keep going. This is the fable. As again I said, what's the reason for this, Brother G? Why are you exposing this? What's the reason for this? How does this make sense? Why are you messing with people's belief? I'm not messing with people's belief, because it's people's belief got me in this place of what you would say delusion or illusion, believing that something incredible is going to happen when it's not. You have to work. You have to really think. You really have to do yourself, and you have to gather other peoples with like-minded to focus on a situation, to overcome life problem and situation that men create, our circumstances create. And so while I too, like others, was just sitting down waiting for God, and he was just not showing up. And we say God is coming, and he's just not showing up, not realizing that God is in your conscience, or God is in your understanding. And then you have to move. You have to literally move to get things done. So we sit here waiting on God. So they troubled me. They troubled me. From a baby, they troubled me. So now I'm exposing Noah's fable, because this is sand. The belief is really sand. Verse 2. And the fear of you, this is the blessing, the fear of Noah and his sons and his daughters-in-law, obviously, because they are the leaders, they are the king and the princesses of their time. The fear of you and the dread of you, the anger of you, Mr. Noah and his lineage, and his progeny, or his generation, which is his son and his three daughters-in-law, will be upon every beast of the earth. Wait. Beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon everything that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the seas. Into your hands I'm going to give you all of these things. Now. So the fear of Noah is upon the animals. The fear of Noah is upon the fowl of the air. The fear of Noah is upon everything that creature crawleth on the earth, and the fishes. So Noah's fear and dread is going to be upon the physical animals. What we have to remember from Genesis 9 verse 1, this is a blessing. Today, as we modernize the meaning of blessing, it's goodness. It's what is good. It's never what is bad. But here, according to the Bible and the context of the Old Testament, this blessing have some not so nice thing in it. It says, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. And then it go on to say, no fear and dread will be upon every beast of the earth, upon every fowl of the air, upon that everything that moveth upon the earth, or crawleth, or creature, and everything that in the sea, fish and sea. And people would assume or conjecture, as they would teach me, would say that the fear of mankind would be upon all animals. Because you see, everybody else is dead now, so it's really the fear upon the animal. But what question is, so what purpose is that? Of course, mankind does have their fear and dread upon literally every creature that is in the earth. But what significance is that to us today? How is that building upon the rock? What information is that? And we could break that down too to some degree. What purpose is that for man to have power over the physical animal? That's the message here? Or there is a deeper message here? Let's keep reading, because remember, we are reading the blessing. Today, in our modernized understanding, blessing is all good. But according to this, that's not true. The blessings seem to be good and bad for those who's going to be underneath the leadership of Noah and his sons and daughter-in-law. Let's keep reading. Verse 3, a continuation of the blessing to Noah and his sons and his daughter-in-laws. Of course, his wife too. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. Wait. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. So Noah could eat any animals then? That's what the meaning here, because it's meat. And the modernized understanding of meat meaning it's food to eat, food to consume. So therefore, the message is we could eat any type of meat, any meat, because it says every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. This couldn't be inclusive of humankind, right? There must be some distinction, right? Let's keep going, because you see, the fable is so convoluted, so that's why we're in a crazy space. Anyway, even as the green herb I have given you all things. So in this context is saying you could eat green herbs and you could eat meat. So both you could eat. Okay, let's keep going. Verse 4 now. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Okay, so that means any meat with blood you can't eat. So you have to fully cook your meat. Basically, that's what it said, contextually. No adjective. Okay, all right, let's go to verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. What? At the hand of every beast will I require it. What? And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man brother will I require his life. Wait. First you're talking about eating meat without the blood. Then you said no. Then the text go on to say, surely your blood of your lives will I require. It seems like something switched. Once he was just eating meat, once you were at the table eating meat, and now you're talking about, I'm going to require the blood of your lives, or he's saying, I'm going to require your life? Let's keep reading. Let's jump to the next verse, because this is certainly confusing, because one minute in the text, in the blessing, he's saying, you're at the table eating meat. Then he say, I'm going to require the blood of your lives, and the hand of every beast would I require it, and at the hand of man. What? Okay, let's go to the next verse. This is really fabulous. Verse 6. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. This is what they call an eye for an eye. You shed blood, I'm going to shed blood. For in the image of God made he man. Of course, many people today have a problem with this. They don't believe in capital murder, but yet still Noah right here believe in capital. Oh, I'm giving away all of the messages. Okay. First, we're at the table eating meat. Then he's going to require the blood of his hand. Then it goes on to say, who sheddeth man's blood? This is all inclusive of the blessing. So this blessing is not only good. Well, we agree, say multiply and replenish and be fruitful is good. That sounds fruitful, of course, that sounds good. But all the other things are requirements. And whosoever sheddeth blood, so he's telling about what to eat, right? Is that it? What to eat? You can eat meat and you can eat herb. And if you kill man gonna kill you. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next verse. Then verse 7, which is of the blessing. And you be fruitful and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein, which is in the earth. So, okay. This blessing is, of course, there is more. I know there is more, but let's just deal with this in like a piecemeal, like in pieces. Let's deal with this, and then when we understand pieces, then we go to the larger picture. So here now, after the flood that came upon earth, it wiped out all of creation. Everybody is dead. That's the message, right? Everybody is dead, and there's only 8 people in the ark with all the animals. So God according to this text, God prefer animals above the people. Or they were so decadent, they were so evil that God killed off all of them. So now Noah and his family is going to replenish the earth. Obviously, it means, say, carnally, it means that they're going to literally have to procreate sexually to bring and multiply the earth. But the question becomes, people, how many people can 8 people possibly bring forth to multiply and replenish the earth? Really, really, really contextually. And then if the command is to the animal, will there be more animal than people? There should be more animal than people, because God is going to multiply the animal. Or Adam and Eve, Noah and his wife, which we don't know her name, and his sons and daughter, which we know the guys' them name. They're going to multiply the earth. And so the whole earth is wiped out now. Everybody's dead. There's nobody left. Only 8 people. Can 8 people multiply and replenish the earth physically? What are they talking about? But then we move on to what he could eat. He could eat meat and herb. Okay. That's his dietary sustenance. He can't eat meat and herb. Literally, in Noah, it say you can't eat any kind of meat. And you can't eat, obviously, any kind of herb. Okay. That's one. Then he go on and say, listen, your life mega require it. Blood not. That's rough. All right. Let's leave that there. Then he go on to tell Noah, say, listen, if it shed man's blood, or if man shed man's blood, man's blood, an eye for an eye, really, basically. This is it. And then he come back and reiterate, be fruitful. Is that simply the message? It's about dietary, eating, it's about killing. But the problem suggests, how will he be fruitful and multiply from 8 people and having all the animals? We're going to come back and move the blinders from all of this and show you what this really means. I guess this is a precursor to the real meaning of exposing Noah's fable. Stay tuned.